Welcome back, feminines. We are here to do the live check-in. Yes, I am doing lower frequency things like having a cigarette and a coffee. Now, I have pulled the cards ahead of time. I'll wait for everyone to connect and we shall get started on the current energies of what is going on with feminines and surrounding energies also. Thank you for liking the video. If you are wanting a booking, the link will be below. Hopefully the cards don't blow off the table because it's early morning and it's windy. And we will start. I'm watching the cards, they're blowing. Winds of change. Okay, you guys are keeping your cards close to your chest. You also may be looking at your appearance, wishing to change things. You might have been looking at yourself and saying, gee, I've had so much on my plate. There was a lot of ascension symptoms. You know, looking at your, it might have been your appearance. It could be anything to do with waxing, cleaning your hair, dyeing your hair, and just looking at the things that you hadn't been attending to. So you're really looking at your appearance. Your mood could be fluctuating and you're thinking, I need to do something good for myself that can pep me up. So the energy is you wishing to actually look at things not external to you, but directly connected to you. You're trying to shift the energy back onto yourself. You are feeling the frequencies of other people around you, which is potentially causing you drama where you're wishing to go into hermit mode or retreat away from people that no longer directly connect to you. There is meditation going on, but there's aspects of detachment. Now, with this detachment, I do feel you had many weeks of third eye, which again, I did say that June, the energy is coming where there is an energy where we had been dealing this month with a lot of third eye, a lot of thoughts of how we felt about particular things. Okay, so it had caused issues, but you feel things are being kept from you. You feel that people are being manipulative around you. Now, in the past, you dealt with all the devil energy, okay? The temptation, the confusion, the greed, the manipulation, all the lower frequency activities. It can be you reflecting back and you're going, look, I did the best I could. I put my energy into situations. You may have felt like you had the devil on your back and that you had pretty shitty luck. Currently, how you're feeling is, you know, some of you might be saying to yourself, is there something wrong? And I'm hearing follow your gut. And I'm hearing that your gut instincts are telling you something, but your intuition, so it's head and gut. And it's like you're working on those two energies. Again, if you tune into the past, yes, it's going to cause you conflict and confusion because you're basing it back on what happened before, not what currently is happening now. And in a way, we feel if we can somehow find the reason why certain things happened, we're going to be immune to experience them again. It takes an awful lot of energy to be doing that. So at some point you will detach personal boundaries, okay? Having those personal boundaries and realizing that we did make choices, that you are assertive, you're empowered, and you're authentic. So you're coming into your own energy. And again, it is about spiritual work. Breaking down to a 7 is about, you know, the lessons we learn, standing by example, walking in our truth, and learning through the aspects of adversity, but also the experiences we've had. I do feel in some shape or form you're averting disaster. So there can be where you're dealing with other energies if you're in contact with your twin, where you are creating the personal boundaries because you know that energy doesn't belong to you. That is past tense karmic frequency. I also feel as though when it comes to your pairs, your family, and your tribe, you're creating, yet again, personal boundaries. So it can be some people are projecting towards you and you're thinking, no, that's a you problem, that's not a me problem. And you're not owning it. Initially, I do feel in the first few weeks you were. Now it's vibrationally feeling like you're going, look, I can see energetically what's not working. I can see where people aren't putting their energy into situations. And because you're vibrationally shifted, you're at the understanding and rationalizing of it because you've been there, done that. But at the same time, your tolerance for things is you're cutting down the line and you're saying, right, this is how it's got to be. So you feel it might be you're tuning into situations around you and, you know, they're not being straight with you, or you're sensing something, or The energy around is where you're tuning into what is going to be and what isn't going to be. Moving into the future, you're going to have all the tools to be able to handle the situation. And 2 cards fell out. It is going to be a change for the better. So these things that are coming to you and the experiences you had are to prepare you for the future, which is what I mentioned in the masculine video. It is going to be a change for the better. Sometimes the tower needs to come down to clear the debris, to have that energy come in so you can have your new beginning. When you're in your ego and you're thinking, no, I know better, maybe I can help this person or that person avoid disaster, or to take accountability, again, it's dropping into the codependent control related dynamic, and that prevents the cycle from ending. So try and detach from it so that can proceed forward. In your employment sector and anything spiritually you're working on at a 3D or a 5D, a cycle is ending, okay? There is a new one beginning, an old one ending. So if you're working, it's not that the job itself has to end, it's you're changing the way that you relate to it because you've changed, your needs have changed. So instead of focusing on trying to keep everything rigidly the same, flow with you changing because you've changed, so your needs are changing. You're wanting a work-life balance. What is working for you is realizing that at the moment, for some of you, you might be single, but you're not going to be forever, and you need room to be able to have a work-life balance. Work is anything you're working on. You know, it doesn't have to be employment. But if you're seeking employment and you're focusing on the past and you're feeling lackluster when it does come to what you had versus what you don't, you still are able to take that energy with you and reapply it to a new situation. 9 times out of 10 through the spiritual awakening, you lose things to gain things. And in hindsight, you realize they were so much better because it was an unattainable vibration to stay in. Those of you looking for work, stop thinking about it too much. I have said, when you think of various scenarios of how a situation can be, am I going to get that job? What if I fail? How is that going to go? Look what happened last time. You're not alchemizing the situation to own that vibration. Once you own it, you can alchemize it and detach. It will be a connection at work. What's working for you is choosing what you feel is in the highest vibration. Not just love, but you've got to love what you do. If you don't, change the way you're doing it so it flows better for your needs. I do feel that for feminines, if you're seeking employment, you're going to attract what you vibrate and believe. So if you're looking for employment, why is there no sound? Is there sound now? I'm telling you, it's like Mercury retrograde. Is there sound? Okay. Cool. Basically, the energy's coming through that don't fear what you lost. Be open to what you're going to gain. Because with what you're going to gain is going to be far better than what you had before. Change the way you're doing it. Instead of focusing on lack, focus on what you wish to create. And there is a lot of creativity coming through with this. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. What is this energy for work or anything they're directly wishing to work on? Yeah, the foundation, okay? So you're looking at the fact that the foundation was incorrect. The foundation wasn't workable. Acknowledge what isn't working. And, you know, there has been a few people, yeah, it can be due to, it's going to increase your finances. So it can be for some of you, it's not so much the job you're doing, it can be location, it can be the way you're implementing your energy into it. It's changing to better the situation. You're looking at it differently. Fear-based frequency again, oh, if this changes, I'm not going to have this balanced foundation. The reality is it wasn't balanced. If it wasn't growing, something needed to change because you energetically changed. So your application of it is changing to get a better outcome. What is blocking you? It's probably your belief systems. Again, what's blocking you is the foundation. So the foundation was faulty. You're moving away from a faulty foundation. Don't go back over old ground and believe the foundation was correct. Some of you will be moving home. Some of you will be moving office, location, employment, or the way you are applying your life to the situation. Financially, All your dues financially are coming to you. You have it in your blood. It's part of your DNA. You're in hermit mode and meditation as to what to do. You are being cautious with your finances. You're building your nest egg. You're also coming to a place where you are focusing on your heart's desires, and you know that you're not all cash. You're more than cash. So you're very much focusing on the bigger picture and leaving a legacy behind. And this can be, for many of you, a business where you're wanting to bridge the gap and, you know, own the truth. The past tense frequency was, you know, if you're really honest with yourself, you do have all it takes to do this. There is, when it does come to something coming in, it may be that you've explained the way you feel when it comes to finances, but in honesty, is it a fair-based frequency or is it a reality? Okay? Understand that everything changes. So in your financial situation, if it's negative, it's going to turn positive. So you got the yin and yang. We get the good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, that's the reality. But with the bad comes information, and with the information comes solutions. Don't feel the solutions are outside of your hand. Okay, if you got the lack energy, lack is where you get the information. Because when you have less, you become very tactical when it comes to, okay, what do I need? What don't I need? What have I been wasting my money on that I don't need to? What I've been wasting my energy on that I don't need to? What do I actually need? You know, and money versus sanity, money versus happiness. You know, if you've got enough, that's what it comes down to. Your digestion may be off. You feel some of the powers out of your hands. Do some balancing of the lower chakras. Eat some yellow food groups, and you can do some meditation for the lower chakras. And I always say when these cards come up, especially in feminines, this has been coming up quite heavily. And when you have ascension symptoms, base chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and work on your auric field, okay? We're all karmics. If the karmic is triggering you, it's because of something inside of you. As soon as you detach from it, you take their power away. If energetically something is happening around you, separate to a person that you're masculines with, it also is a lesson for you to detach from, because you're actually manifesting it. By fearing it, you're manifesting it because it's innately stuck in one of your chakras. So doing the chakra clearing can help it. The purges that come up through the journey are there to detoxify it so that you can vibrate higher to alchemize the union. Now, what is blocking the feminines from their finances is, you know, it could be thinking singularly. It might be to a point where you're feeling all of this is on your head. Now, there is help I'm hearing. So if you need to talk, express your emotions. While you're in a lower vibration of emotions, it's going to affect you. Sometimes the independence can be, hey, it's my fault, so I need to fix this. Yes and no. Sometimes shit just happens. At the same time, what can you do to get your energy anchored in? Because again, it's the lower chakras that's coming through. You're feeling split in two directions and it's making you confused. As soon as you anchor your energy in and focus on one path, regardless of whether it's right or wrong, it may be at a financial level you need to make a major decision. Choose, accept, acknowledge, and move. If you focus on what can come at left field, you're re-manifesting it. Focus on the outcome, which is the highest best potential, what you're wanting, and start. Family, tribe, and friends. I'll be interested to see what comes up here. And this is really coming up for a lot of the energy next month as well. You feel as though people are putting themselves first and you're having to be the empathic one, the mediator, the moderator, because of your higher consciousness, where you've energetically got to. You're getting to a place where you're thinking, look, the reality is if I have to sacrifice myself for everyone, I'm not going to be happy. Because it's their energy, and that's the codependent frequency. So even when we're healing people, teaching people, we need to detach from the fact that we know best. Yes, okay, the nodes are in Cancer and Capricorn, so we've got family and work-related dynamics coming up, accountability, karmic cycles. But we also have the energy where, as empaths and people moving through their ascension, our perspective changes through the journey. So energetically, we do learn that sometimes you need to let people fall to be able to build themselves up, and you can't fast track that. You can, but it's when you're doing the work. So it can be people being needy on you, wanting to go into hermit mode, not wanting to deal with their BS. What is working for you is having patience, okay? Having patience, acknowledging it, but allowing the cycle to end, allowing situations to evolve. What is blocking you is all these connections. So it's you've got your eye in this road, and you're trying to move towards your spiritual connection. Some of your family may have differing opinions. Some of your tribe might have differing opinions. The interesting thing is, with Chiron being in Aries for the first house, it's what do you feel? So a lot of the astrology at the moment is we will go outside of ourselves, but the truth always lies within ourselves, because they don't have to change anything. They don't have to live with that decision. You do. What do you want to do, and how are they directly impacting you? It can be where children, friendships, family members are being unreliable or needy or codependent on you, and it's draining and dragging your energy. So you're trying to create that balance, and you're trying to be gentle with the situation, but I do feel as though some of you have retreated back. Yeah, it's like you need to do the work, sort your foundation. You don't own me. I have my own energy. Again, balance your base chakra. You can channel their energy, tune into them while you're doing a meditation for healing, and you can white light them, and that can actually detach some of the frequency that is leaching off you. I don't feel that to be a negative thing. It's part of their ascension process. Now, your twin flame journey connected to your masculine. In the past, there was a freedom from the disconnection. I'm just going to say, and that there is, because when the energy is heavy, you need freedom to grow, to return. Currently, how you feel. You're trying to be very rational, understanding, both towards yourself, towards life, towards the past. You're gaining clarity about the new version of how you feel about it now, not how you felt about it yesterday. Moving forward, you might be scared that this is it, that this is all you're going to have. You're going to be stuck in hermit mode, stuck in the same vibration forever and a day. Overall, feminines, there's big changes coming, okay? And this is going to be something that comes out of left field to push you forward. I feel a lot of you will energetically know something's coming, because there has been this 9 times out of 10, you'll notice on the collective, you will feel really, really down for a couple of weeks, fatigued, exhausted, nauseous, not wanting to eat. And then you'll have this burst of energy where you'll be purging and cleaning. It's giving you a heads up something's coming. And I went through this stage probably 3 weeks worth of up, down, very fatigued energy, ascension-related symptoms, nausea, lack of manifestation abilities, lower chakra issues due to the ascension, okay? We do have a lot of solar flares at the moment, which is causing that. But before the collective, you will experience it, then you will witness them going through it. And that's where you're the empath, the healer of the people directly around you in your tribe. And that really came through in your section. So now that you've moved through that frequency, you're like, I've had my epiphany moment. Some of you might have been cleaning your house out, packing, throwing things out, preparing, organising, a bit like Doomsday Prepper, zombie apocalypse. That's what it's feeling like, because it's coming. Something is coming. Now, it's going to be upheaval. You can feel this coming. There's going to be mass movement. It's fast-tracked. Internal to you. You can be really judging a situation. You may feel that a situation is being quite cruel. You might be concerned over contracts, karmic cycles, divorces, endings, and how these scenarios are tying up. External to you. You know that you're free to choose what you want to do. But you need to you also know that your twin needs to release these cycles on their own, that it has completely nothing to do with you. And it's interesting, sometimes we do forget, some of us have had relationships before. There's always differing energies of relationships. Now, picture a relationship that you've had that did dissolve, that was mutual, was, you know, and you can think of them as a friend. There was a time it was connected. The same applies for masculines. You know, feminines don't like to tune into it because we look at the karmic as demonized. Regardless of that, disconnect from that and realize that these cycles are tying up. And if we do them in a correct fashion, which I feel is very necessary this year, is a huge karmic year, we can resolve it to the point we can have that new start. If we're getting triggered by the feelings, the vibrations, our opinions, the way we've been conditioned, the way they've been conditioned, it's going to cause more conflict, and it is not allowing that tower to come down effectively. You know, if you need to go back into your life and look at it very separately, it's going to help you heal. If you look at it only from your vibration, which is quite profound, it's coming through that way because of Aries being in the first house in Chiron, which is the wound. We do now need to look at it from what we want now. What we want now may be different to what we wanted before. Some of those dreams may not be attainable. You might be older. You might have wanted kids, and now you're looking at your biological clock. You might have wanted marriage, and now you'd be happy with just the connection. All of you are collectively different. But dreams and the state of the situation has changed. Overall, in their mind, they know they have the power and they know the success. They have intuition. They're having downloads. They're having premonitions. They felt this was destined. They felt that this connection between you and them, and for them to learn who they were and what their power was destined. They know who they are now. Internally, they feel that some of this is due to karma. I'll just say it. They're like, I deserve this. But again, they're being strict with themselves, regardless of whether you feel they were mean to you or not. You know, these things that have happened have been hard. Trust me, I've been on the twin flame journey over 18 years. I know. Now, external to them, they feel threatened. They feel vulnerable that these attacks are coming in very harshly. They're doing all they can to balance it. It is going to be a change for the better. So they are gauging into the fact that something is coming as well. Let's tune into collectively. July will be a very fertile time, so be super careful. Although there will be trigger points, don't tune into, oh my God, am I going to break up with my counterpart? If you're a counterpart, it's part of your life journey, so just focus on the process. Stop tuning into that frequency. Stop self-sabotaging feminines. Okay, both of you are wanting to bring back from the past and alchemize into the future this happy new beginning. And then my twin called me. Both of you, and he's probably going to go, you bitch, why didn't you answer my phone call? Because I'm live. I'm live. Okay. Wanting to take this connection to the next level. And again, notice the number 7. July, eclipses, Cancer eclipse, hello. Things coming up connected to karmic feminines. Shit's going to be going down. It's going to get real. Making a judgment, justice, balance, fair decision, breaking away. It's going to be tense, but you can do it. It's going to be very quick, feminines. And for the masculines, they want what they want. They know what they want. They're going to get their money. They're going to bring it. They want to have their hopes and dreams. Let's tune in. How is their feeling towards their feminine? Trust in the process. I really feel, I'm almost laughing, and this came through in the Virgo read. It was funny because mid-month for all zodiac signs is going to be tough in June. But for some reason I was looking at the read and I just wanted to laugh, and I was like, so Virgos next month, you guys are going to have your giggles on and your quirky sense of humour coming through. Okay, you've already made your decision. It's no ifs and buts about it. Through this energy, the clarity is coming. There's going to be no choice. Both of you are going to move forward. Inner child, karmic energies, getting the playful back. Keep your light playful. What's not working is going by the wayside. You're going to shift it across. Now, I did pull cards for the karmic, and I don't know if I read the karmic energy. Did I read the karmic energy? Shelley, did I read the karmic energy? I can't remember now. Yeah, I did. Obviously, they want me to elaborate on that further. You missed it. Well, it did cut out and cut in because my twin called. It's quite funny. It was like the heyday this morning. He forgot to credit his phone and he was on the road. But it's not complete. There is an energy coming where it's going to move very quickly. So I am feeling as though the connection between you and your masculine, can you become a feminine? Your overall energy is the innate energy of what you are. We have had to, as feminines, utilize our masculine frequency. And when we are in a lot of ego, due to the fact that some of us are being single parents, I'd been a single parent. So I had to utilize a lot of the masculine frequency to be able to handle the 3D nature of what was going on in life. So it's very natural for the feminines to fall into that. If you are innately a feminine, but you've had to utilize a lot of masculine energy, it doesn't mean you're the masculine. It means that you need to lower your warrior princess and realize that where you can allow chivalry to come back. And it's interesting because my masculine kept using that term, and I heard it on a video the other day, and I was like, and he said to me, chivalry is not dead. And I was like, damn, man. And that's not like my twin. But he is romantic. He opened the door for me. I was like, who are you? Who are you? Are you real? Single parents. Okay. Single parents do need to use their masculine frequency. Single parents working and balancing need to use their masculine frequency. We are all the karmics, love. Feminine and masculine of the twin flames are karmics, but not in the way you think. Not towards the masculine, towards yourself. Okay, does that make sense? So if you're fearing something and it's blocked in your chakras due to childhood experiences, you manifest a scenario in your 3D life to help trigger you away from your twin. And then when you're with your twin, you go through a quiet stage, and then it comes to a trigger point, and then the break can come. So ultimately speaking, detach from the term karmic. Karmic is a lesson. You need to deal with the loss then. You need to look at your childhood and go, okay, because when you look at it, that's attachment. If you have the energy of fearing you're going to lose something, you're not home. If you're home in your own energy, you realize that when you're with your twin, you can move hell and high water. Why can't you achieve that when you're not? Why do you only feel light when you're with them? Why is the light only for them? Why is the light and love not for yourself? So if you can get to that, you're free. And once you're free, you're open to it, and you don't tolerate BS because you know your worth. And I said that to my twin the other day. We were talking about a scenario where there was a scenario we were talking about, and it does relate back to my vibration of what my belief system was. And there was an energy where we would give, feminines, and some of us would have felt quite used, but we gave that away. That was freely given. It's not, the expectation is within us, so it's a belief system. We believed that in order to get, we had to give. And that after a while, it becomes taxing, and then the retreat happens. Now, when you think about it, if you're in a connection and you're financially paying for everything and you're being intimate, but you're wanting to turn it into a connection, that's with a twin or not a twin, whoever you're with, because half these lessons come from before that. If the give and take is not balanced, then what you are doing is you are owning your worth and you're manifesting your worth. And after a while, you get angry and then you go, oh, I stuffed it up. You didn't stuff it up. You weren't owning your truth. And so the break happens, be it with a twin flame, a soulmate, or a karmic, whoever that be. It's lessons we need to learn. If you are giving into a situation, and I'm probably going to be profoundly rude here, this was my epiphany. If you are putting finances in it, and this is with any connection, and you are lifting and holding that entire relationship, it's cheaper to dial a, because you're doing it all yourself. So do it on your own, okay? If that person's investing, there is no I in team. It is not one-sided. Yes, we each have our own needs, but you can't continue that forever. So you break away, and feminines do liberate themselves at some point because they realise they couldn't be that, and the self-worth comes down to that. Nobody, and this is what the masculines was trying to show the feminines, but we looked at it like we were being punished, right? But are you investing in you? You know, and again, when you do come back into reunion, what you do need to do is go, shit, and I keep doing this myself, is like, okay, are you real? You are. But then you reiterate to yourself, no, I'm worth this, because you know your worth. And I said to my twin, I said, you know, I was watching this one scenario in a relationship, and they were financially providing for everything. The partner was putting money elsewhere. The family was directly controlling the funds. They were financially funding everything. And it was one-sided, where that person was struggling on their own and holding everything up. One-sided connection. And I said, if I wanted that, I could have dialed it or purchased it, you know what, and done it on my own. And that's where I'm at energetically. I'm good with, I'm good without. If somebody works with me, I work with them. If they don't, love and light, I understand why. And it's no longer about jealousy. It's no longer about, how do I put it? Well, yes, trigger points come up from the past, but we are placing it in the here and now. And the only reason that's coming up is because there is a lot of karmic frequency around. So conversations need to be openly spoke about when correct, but not permanently living there, reconnecting the energy of where we're going in the future. And that's with or without your twin. And it didn't matter where I was, because many twins do tend to feel, oh my gosh, if I move state, if I move country, does that mean it's not so? Not at all. My twin would turn up at my front door. I had a different number. They found me. If it's meant to be, it's be. What would you do if your twin was in jail? Do I really need to answer that? My twin was. You live. You move forward. It's not about them. It's about you. Where are you in jail in your personal life? You know, a lot of what happens in your life is a direct mirror to what is going on spiritually in yours. It took me a long time to reassess that. And I was like looking at it going, okay, number one, twin flame, second wave. You're breaking down the paradigms of connections. You could be the most oddest couple coming together, opposite sides of the fence. How I am inside is how he is outside. How he is outside is who I am inside. We are spiritually in jail when we're not in our truth. You continue forward. He wasn't with me. He was my friend at the time. I had no contact for that time frame, and I was in my own life continuing forward. Did it upset me? It did. But I mentally was in prison during that time because I gave my power away to believe I had no control in my life. And there were things at a 3D level I needed to address, assess, and liberate myself through. Does that make sense? So again, if you do want help with your blocks, the link is below. You can alchemize your union quick, but you need to work on your blocks to make that happen. You're telepathically connected. If it's meant to be, it'll be. You don't have to fight for what's already yours. So own it. Own that you are worth it, and that you decide that you are going to have a happy connection. They do say that if you think a negative thought and get triggered, it can last for a week to a month. But in that time frame of feeling that vibration, if you laugh for 1 minute, that balances it out completely. So that's why they say you should only spend 5 minutes on an old wound when it comes up in a trigger point. Tune out, do something else. Indulge in it when you need to purge, but tune out and focus on the future and move forward. And I'm going to have to keep an eye on it because I am going through a mass transition in my life, moving house, pre-recording the videos, doing bookings, and packing. Yeah, I should do 3-step programs, but most of it is look, new wounds can come up each time, and the same wound can come up. Thank you very much for the likes. Like I said, if you feel this will help other twins, help other twins by putting the thumbs up, because it will help locate them. I have been on the journey 18 years. I am in union, engaged to my twin. Yes, I do know the energies of what's coming up, and, you know, psychically I will come to you live. So just because I put this up as the 15th, this energy could resonate for a while. I still will do the psychic downloads as to when they come to me. There are a lot of synchronicities at the moment. I do feel in the next week it's going to peak around the Scorpion moon, and I'll do a Scorpion moon video, which I should be getting on that soon. I'll probably try and do it later. Or tomorrow, potentially, because I do have a booking tonight. No, nothing's ever bad. I don't tune into it as bad. I tune it into it as necessary. I even tune into tower moments as necessary. I sat there after trying different ways with my twin, and then laughed and went, I didn't have to try. I needed to let the tower fall. Because my ego was telling me save, which was codependent. How do we know in our ego that all the things we fear that can't be, which we tune into all the possible outcomes because we're avoiding adversity? You can't avoid adversity. It's there. Allow things to happen. Let life happen. Let drama happen. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that can resolve that situation for detachment. So, you know, many of the cycles that we see people in, or ourselves in, we need to have the pressure cooker to go, I don't want that no more. But our ego was no help, no prevent, no comfort, no nurture, empathically feel. Even empathically tuning into it when you feel the toxicity, we energetically then want to call them or help them. Detach. Because that is breaking the codependent pattern, and it's detachment. And the detachment helps them liberate themselves through their adversity. That is their energy to handle. And it's condescending, really, you know, but empathically we are in that vibration. But at the same time, it helps them energetically move forward. It's because you don't... That happened to my car, and I couldn't get to my twin. When your car goes, you don't have to do anything. You need to do you. It's more than likely because you're spiritually advanced to a certain point to pause you, because you're going to have a slingshot effect forward. During this cycle this year, a lot of people will change their cars because of the Mercury, okay? So we'll be changing cars, locations, decorations in the house with a Taurus frequency, and movement forward. So everything's going to change in some shape or form. So move with it. Thank you for all the likes. It will help other twin flames get this information. And if they do feel I'm the guide for them, they'll book and they'll have a coaching session with me, or we can tune into their energy directly. Obviously, like I said, when I get the psychic downloads, I'll come to you in a different format. But I can help you through the blocks and give you the direct energy from the astrology. The new moon, the full moon. This month there's more videos coming, providing I can get my shit together and get them all recorded. There'll probably be 4 batches of videos. So you'll get your love in general, which is basic, but it's covering finances, family, money, your love domain, your overall energy, and what's coming up. And then I've also got the energy of love through that, with the way they see it, you see it. And then I've got a love reading for twin flame soulmates after. And that's twice. 2 love mate soulmate videos and 2 general and love during the month. Sounds good. Good luck, KK. Anytime, my love. Look after yourself. Take care, guys. Thank you for sharing this video. If you feel there's someone that may need this video, share away. I am hosting a promotion on Facebook that if they share the website or the psychic page, I will be giving a free reading away. Love and